Hi, it's Naila here speaking on behalf of NISA. In this video, I'm going to share with you how it's safe to let go of a painful past if you've been sexually abused. And even if you haven't and you've got and who hasn't got painful experiences of the past that we couldn't do with letting go of. As a result of the experience I had of being sexually abused, I used to have this invisible rucksack which I would store all my unhappy memories and experiences, and I would take them with me wherever I went. And I always had this antenna, like wherever I went, whoever I met, it was like something in the background. This antenna would always be on, like who could take advantage, who could be abusive, who wasn't to be trusted. And for a long time, I didn't even know that I had this invisible rucksack or this antenna. It was just like it was like second nature to me. And there was innocence in that process because at some point I thought, if I keep all these memories and all these experiences and take them with me wherever I go, somehow I will protect myself. They will keep me safe. I will remember and I will not let anything bad happen to me. So there was good intention there. But what I didn't know was that the hostile, threatening world that I was living in was being generated by the thoughts I was having. That the thoughts and feelings and the beliefs I had were being generated by me and now keeping my world very, very small. And I didn't know that. So those memories that I was lugging around with me were making me suffer in the here and now. And what happened was a long time ago. And I didn't know that I didn't need to do that. That I was an adult, I was capable, I was assertive, that I could stand up for myself if I needed to. But that keeping those old beliefs and old memories were keeping me living in a very small world. And it wasn't a world that was threatening and fearful outside. It was threatening and fearful inside. And of course, bad things happen and people abuse children and do terrible things. But by and large, people are good. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to abuse you. But without taking off the filters of the past, everybody looked like a threat. And when I realized that I lived in the feelings of my own thinking, it just didn't make sense to keep on living like that, to keep on holding to the past, because the past was gone. And I wanted to live in the here and now. And I wanted my world to be open, to experience life from a rich place, not one that kept me very scared and afraid of what people could do based on what happened when I was 7. So it helps to know that your feelings are telling you about what's going on inside you. And that if I'm having happy thoughts, I'm going to feel happy. If I'm having fearful, insecure thoughts, I'm going to feel insecure. Now that doesn't mean when your gut feeling tells you something that you don't pay attention, because that's part of your health and wisdom. So you listen to that, but you don't need to live in the fear of the past and think it's going to repeat itself, or that if you don't have the memories that somehow you'll forget and you won't protect yourself. No. You're made of much bigger stuff than that. You don't need the memory to keep you safe and protected. In fact, the memories held on to will make you feel frightened. And when we're frightened and insecure, we don't make the best decisions. It's when we're actually grounded in who we are and we know, actually, I'm having some insecure thinking right now, that you can actually then do what you need to do from a much stronger place, because you're not frightened and you see the threat that's taking place is an insecure thought that's happening inside you, not because of somebody else. And if somebody else is doing something, you need your bearing in the present moment in order to handle it, not the fear of the past. Now, until I knew that, I couldn't let this invisible rucksack go. First, I didn't know I had it. And then when I knew I had it, and I knew the antenna would be out, I still didn't feel safe to let it go. But when I understood what I was experiencing was self-generated, then it was like, no, I don't want to live in this small world. I don't want to believe that the world is hostile and threatening wherever I go, and that guys do things like that. Not all guys do that. So things that we do in the past, usually, innocently is done for good reason, but those files sometimes need to be uploaded, upgraded, or deleted because they don't serve us anymore. And the answers are never in the past, they're in the present. Because the memories are in the past. And memories are just thoughts brought into the present. They're not telling us about anything else. And either we live in fear and insecurity, or we live in faith and trust that we can handle life. And that we are more than the experience of the sexual abuse. And we start to live from that place, which honors our lives. And let goes of any experience, whether that's sexual abuse, whether that's an abusive relationship. Like, we can let it go. And we can trust we'll do our best and we'll be okay. And we'll find ways of dealing with whatever challenges occur. But until they do, we don't need to sit with anything of what's happened in the past. We are free to enjoy our lives, to enjoy our relationships, and to live in the here and now. And I invite you to consider that possibility. If you find yourself holding on to things that no longer serve you. I hope you found this video helpful. If there's any area of your life that's been impacted by sexual abuse and you'd like me to address it in some way, then write to me in confidence. My email address for Nisa is below the video. And if it's affected you, it's likely to have affected other people. And I will do my best to address it by making a video about it. Thank you for listening.